What's up, guys? Rick here with my top 5 sleepers for this week's Mayakoba Golf Classic, the final PGA Tour event of the calendar year. There's still golf going on. There's some big European Tour events coming, and then there's like 2 weeks off. So plenty of golf action year round. If you haven't heard, you can join us live chat on the Rick Run Good YouTube channel. That is Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do final thoughts, ownership, all that good stuff for Mayakoba. Also, if you want to sign up for the tools at RickRunGood.com, there is no better time than now. I am running the once a year promo, which you can go to RickRunGood.com/Mexico for all the details. But basically, if you sign up for a 6-month or a yearly membership, whatever the winning score is in Mexico, if it's 18 under par, for example, I refund you 18% of that purchase. That's it. Very simple, a little bit of a gamble, a lot of fun to follow along with. And then finally, if you have not signed up for William Hill yet, there are a bunch of free bets going around there. RickRunGood.com/Will Hill for all that information. Helps you, helps me, helps William Hill. Win, 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 just like Michael Scott says. All right, let's jump into some guys deeper down the betting board. Maybe a little bit more value in your DraftKings lineups for this week's Mayakoba Golf Classic. Let's start with Emiliano Grillo, who is $8,300 on DraftKings and 50-1 to win the Mayakoba Golf Classic. And if you follow along on a regular basis, first of all, thank you. And secondly, you know that I'm not a huge Emiliano Grillo guy. But listen, we've got to give credit where credit is due. He has made the cut in 10 of his last 11 starts. 4 of them have been top 25 finishes. And even more convincing, he's sporting an 18.8 average finish at Mayakoba. So that's if you add up all of his finishes, divide by his number of trips. He's got a 41st, a 15th, a 9th, and a 10th in the 4 times that he's played it. It is the best average finish of any player in this field who has played this event at least 3 times. So we know what it's going to come down to for Grillo, right? It's going to be usually very good ball striking, and it's going to be a putter that does not cooperate. The last time we saw him was the RSM Classic. He finished 18th there. I think this is an opportunity to get in on a guy who has plenty of good vibes around Playa del Carmen, and maybe he catches a hot putter one week and goes out and wins this thing. Varner III is next. He's $7,800 on DraftKings. He's 70-1 to win the Mayakoba Golf Classic. And I think the style of play that Varner III is playing is really interesting, right? He has not really been all that safe. In fact, he has been alternating great finishes with missed cuts over his last 4 events. He went 13th at the Shriners. He missed the cut at Bermuda. He backed it up with a 15th place finish in Houston. And then he just missed the cut at the RSM Classic. So he's kind of been all over the place, and it's similar in what his results in Mexico have been. So he went 5th in 2016, then he missed the cut. Then he went 6th in 2019, and then 58th in 2020. So he's kind of offsetting all of his good finishes with poor finishes. If you follow just the trends in both of those scenarios, he's on track for a good one this week. But even more so, I'm not joking, the way he's playing from tee to green. In the 2021 season, which we're now, 8-10 events into it, he's averaging 1.9 strokes gained from tee to green. It's the most of anybody in this field who has played as many rounds as he has. So I don't think it is a very high floor for HV3. Maybe it is because of the tee to green stuff, but his ability to pop can be really valuable. So if you're looking for someone to kind of round out a DraftKings lineup, or maybe a betting card who has, top 10, maybe top 5 upside, we'll see. I think HV3 really does fit the mold for that type of player. Russell Knox is $7,700. He's 80-1 to win this golf tournament. And I actually kind of regret not mentioning Russell Knox on the Monday DFS preview. I think I overlooked him a bit, but that's why there's more content. That's why I get to do this Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon. So Russell Knox pops off for a couple of reasons here. He missed the cut at the RSM, understandable, whatever. But the 2 starts before that, 15th in Houston, 16th at Bermuda. Historically, Russell Knox, a very good iron player. If the wind starts to kick up at a tropical course like this, right? Sometimes when we see these guys play near the ocean, winds can kick up and it can get a little bit more difficult, and ball strikers usually are the ones that benefit from windy conditions. And you look at his results around here, my goodness, El Camaleon, he's been phenomenal. Runner-up in 16, third in 17, ninth in 18, 3-year stretch, no finish worse than ninth. Skipped this event in 2019, and finished 33rd in 2020. So I think this is a really good option. I'm excited to see Wednesday on the live chat what his ownership is, because I really don't know where to peg him at the moment. So that's something we'll cover on Wednesday, and someone that I probably should have mentioned on the Monday preview, but excited to get a mention or two in here in the Sleepers video. Doug Ghim is $7,400 on DraftKings. He's 125 to 1 to win this golf tournament. Now, here's someone I've spent a lot of oxygen on this week, and I will probably continue to do so. He's just quietly racking up these top 25 finishes now, with 4 of them in his last 5 starts. He's relying heavily on a solid approach game, which is, usually the key to continued success. You know, he's in the midst of the longest stretch of his career, gaining strokes from tee to green. Now 5 consecutive tournaments. I think he's getting more and more comfortable, with his name on the first page or two of the leaderboard. And I always like to see what guys do in the round or two, before the next event, right? So RSM Classic, Doug Ghim finishes 18th. It's a great finish, but he goes out and shoots like 64, 65 on Sunday. At the time when he finished, it was one of the best rounds in the clubhouse, and it ended up being one of the better rounds of the day. A lot of guys can carry that momentum over, find something, find a feel, find a thought, keep it going, and it can spark a pretty good stretch of success for golfers. So interested to see as Doug Ghim continues to round into his own form about what type of player he is on the PGA Tour. I think he's in the midst of a really good stretch of golf right now. And finally, there's Andy Ogletree, who is $6,700 on DraftKings. He's 250 to 1 to win this golf tournament, which is going to be his first start as a professional. I don't know what to expect, quite honestly. I'm just excited for him. I think just the raw talent, a guy who got to the number 4 spot in the amateur rankings at before he turned pro, who was the low am at Augusta National just a few weeks ago. The game is obviously very sharp. He's got a great amateur career, great college career, and he actually has played on the PGA Tour. He actually played 3 times as an amateur, sponsors exemption, essentially is what it is, at, I think it was Colonial, RBC Heritage, and the Memorial. Now, he missed the cut in all 3 of those events, so I don't know what to really take out of it. I think we're seeing what we're seeing from these young guys is they mature so quickly. You know what, the version of golfer that Andy Ogletree is right now, November 2020, I think it's going to be completely different in like January of 2021. And then like 2 months later after that, it's going to be different. These guys just mature so quickly. So interested to see. Obviously, he can hold his own at the Masters. He can hold his own in a lot of different places. Now a professional, now super cheap on DraftKings. If he starts to play well, we're probably not going to see a price on him like this for very long. So I just think he's an interesting guy to try to be early on and see what happens. Obviously, a really strong player and is trying to set himself up for a really nice career. All right, there you go. My top 5 sleepers for this week's Mayakoba Golf Classic. Again, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. You can come here to the Rick Run Good YouTube channel and join me for the live chat, questions and answers, ownership, final thoughts, waves and weather, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. Join me then. Also, rickrungood.com/Mexico. Take advantage of the only promotion I will do all year long. There will be no other discounts. I think it's all very fairly priced. It's your one chance. Get after it. Have fun. Go hope that somebody shoots 30 or 40 under par and you get a bunch of percentages off your membership. That would be cool. All right. rickrungood.com, @rickrungood. Tweet me. Leave a comment. Later. Best of luck.